The Ballad of Kiki from Instaqueen to Instaquack. Kiki Van Glitter, remember her? Probably not. She was once a titan of the influencer world, a veritable empress of engagement. Her domain, perfectly curated avocado toast pictures and inspirational quotes that sounded profound if you didn't think too hard, which, to be fair, most of her followers didn't. Then, poof, her star faded, like a cheap firework fizzling out before the grand finale. She was last season's hashtag. And Kiki, bless her deluded heart, desperately craved a comeback, a big one. The kind that makes headlines, not just the local police blotter. Though, spoiler alert, she'd eventually manage both. It's a gift, really. Her previous reign, if you could call it that, was built on a foundation of, well, air and expertly applied filters. She sold a lifestyle so aspirational it was practically fictional. Think endless brunches, sponsored yoga retreats in Bali, pre-volcano of course, and a vocabulary consisting mainly of obsessed, literally, and so blessed. The internet, however, is a fickle beast. It moves on. Faster than Kiki could say link in bio, she was becoming irrelevant. And in the influencer economy, irrelevance is a fate worse than a bad batch of Botox, which she'd also probably experienced. So Kiki needed a plan. A brilliant, earth-shattering, game-changing plan. She likely retreated to her ideas sanctuary, which one imagines was just a walk-in closet filled with unsold merchandise and rapidly deflating self-worth. She needed something new, something authentic, something, the buzzword to end all buzzwords. She was going to save her career and possibly the world, one meticulously marketed product at a time. The pressure was on. The rent on her minimalist, chic apartment wasn't going to pay itself with wistful selfies alone. She needed a miracle. This wasn't merely about amassing followers again. Oh no, this was about proving to the cruel, scrolling world that Kiki Van Glitter still mattered. That she wasn't just another forgotten face in the digital graveyard. She yearned to be a visionary, a pioneer, a guru even. She wanted to be the next big thing, the wellness messiah the world didn't know it needed, even if the path to enlightenment was paved with, shall we say, rather unorthodox ingredients and a complete disregard for basic sanitation. But hey, details. The poo-rific potion Kiki's footloose and fecal fantasy. And so, with the determination of a reality TV star fighting for screen time, Kiki unveiled her masterpiece. Soul Serenity, she dubbed it. Or perhaps Feetopia. A revolutionary foot detox elixir. She promised it would suck the toxins right out of your tired tootsies, leaving them as pure and innocent as a newborn babe's. All natural, of course, because natural is the magic word that makes people part with their cash. Especially when the definition of natural is conveniently flexible, like Kiki's grasp on reality. The secret ingredient, now that was the kicker, the piece de resistance, or more accurately, the de-resistance. Kiki, in her infinite Instagram-filtered wisdom, had decided that the key to ultimate foot purification lay in something truly unique, something ethically sourced from her own pampered Shih Tzu Fifi. Yes, you heard that right, dog excrement. She probably marketed it as canine biomatter or nature's tiny treasures. The marketing was glossy. Lots of soft lighting, close-ups of pristine feet, not Fifi's, thankfully. Kiki genuinely believed, or at least convinced herself she believed, that Fifi's deposits, when lovingly collected and artfully blended, possessed unparalleled detoxifying powers. She'd probably read a half-baked theory on some obscure corner of the internet, or maybe Fifi, in a moment of profound canine insight, had barked the recipe to her. The promotional videos featured Kiki looking serene, her feet soaking in a suspiciously brown concoction, while waxing lyrical about ancient wellness secrets. Secrets best left buried, it turns out, deep underground. Initial reactions were, shall we say, cautiously curious. Her die-hard fans, the Kiki crew, or whatever cringeworthy name they called themselves, lapped it up. Literally, one hopes not. They bought it in droves because when your idol tells you to rub poop on your feet, you ask, what consistency? Others, with perhaps a few more functioning brain cells, were skeptical. What's in this, Kiki? They'd comment, only to be met with a flurry of heart emojis and vague assertions about Earth's bounty, the calm before the fecal storm. When the Shih Tzu hits the fan a canine catastrophe, then the inevitable happened. Things began to go spectacularly, hilariously wrong. First, the customer complaints started trickling in. Then they became a torrent. People reported a rather distinctive aroma emanating from their Soul Serenity soaks. Not quite the Himalayan lavender and unicorn tears scent described on the label. More like abandoned kennel on a hot day. Kiki, ever the professional, dismissed these concerns as the toxins leaving the body. Or the classic, you're just a hater, standard operating procedure for an influencer cornered. But the real drama unfolded with Fifi, the unwitting star of this whole sordid affair. The poor pooch, the literal golden goose of this fecal enterprise, became alarmingly unwell. It turned out that Kiki, in her relentless pursuit of premium quality doggy doo-doo, had been feeding Fifi an increasingly bizarre and frankly dangerous diet. Think goji berry purees, spirulina-laced kibble, and activated charcoal treats. The dog was not thriving. Its tiny digestive system was staging a full-blown rebellion. And who could blame it? The vet bills started to mount, rivaling Kiki's expenditure on self-tanner. Fifi's own Instagram account, because of course the dog had an Instagram account, this is 2025, went ominously silent. Animal welfare organizations began sniffing around, and not in a good way. Peter was likely drafting a press release that would make Kiki's hair curl, more than her curling wand already did. The PR crisis was escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. A veritable poop-nado, if you will. Kiki was in deep, very deep. Her organic and holistic approach had backfired with the explosive force of a poorly managed science experiment. Instead of achieving a radiant glow-up, her customers were experiencing something closer to a throw-up. Or at the very least, a strong desire to bleach their entire bathroom. Kiki Van Glitter's carefully constructed empire of wellness was crumbling, faster than a day-old croissant. The internet, naturally, was absolutely living for it, sharpening its pitchforks and preparing the memes. It was showtime. Cancelled, convicted, and podcasting, the martyrdom of Saint Kiki. And oh, how the internet did react, with the swift, merciless justice only it can deliver. Kiki's main rival, a fitness influencer named Chad the Crusher Brogan, a man whose neck was wider than his intellectual curiosity, posted a scathing 45-minute YouTube takedown. It was filled with dramatic zooms, unflattering screenshots of Kiki, and Chad's profound insights like, "Poop on your feet, that's gross, bro." It garnered millions of views. Kiki was officially trending for all the wrong reasons. The final, fragrant nail in Kiki's career coffin was hammered in by her long-suffering, underpaid assistant, Brenda. Driven to the brink by months of blending unspeakable concoctions and managing Kiki's increasingly erratic behavior, Brenda leaked the secret recipes, if you could call them that. The panicked DMs from Kiki trying to source artisanal dog waste. Even covert photos of Fifi looking utterly betrayed while being fed a kale smoothie. The hashtag #KikiPooGate exploded. She was done, cooked, cancelled with extreme prejudice. But just when you thought Kiki Van Glitter would slink away in shame, perhaps to a remote monastery to contemplate her life choices and hygiene, she pivoted. With the shameless audacity that had defined her career, she wasn't a fraud. Oh no, she was a wellness visionary persecuted by a society too blind to see her genius. They laughed at Galileo. She shrieked in an unhinged Instagram live before her account was suspended. The sheer unadulterated gall was almost breathtaking. Almost. And so, from the ashes of her stinky empire, Kiki Van Glitter rose again, sort of. Her next venture, a podcast recorded from a slightly less glamorous location than her previous poolside setup. Confinement and chakras, she called it. Or maybe bars and botanicals. Broadcasting her unique brand of truth and questionable wellness tips from what many suspected was a minimum security facility. Her transformation was complete. From influencer to insuer-enser to inmate caster. You simply cannot make this stuff up, or can you, Kiki?